Alex, no, they don't really know them.
Hi again, Chrissy.
Hi, Felix. So, what's this big mystery that apparently I was supposed to have been told about, but wasn't?
Well, in all fairness, I was about to tell you when I saw you, but well, we had the intervention of Mr. Pocket Watches, so I guess, yeah. Well, it's just this Friday, uh, I will be going through a medical procedure with her Josiah. Um, this medical procedure is highly, to not say completely, experimental. There has only been few documented cases, mostly in Europe. Um, it's obviously regarding the liver. Um, so yeah, due to his experimental nature, there's a very high chance of me not making it. Um, but well, this is a decision I made a couple of weeks ago. Um, really, the way I have been living for a month or two now is, well, to just put it lightly, very miserable. Uh, the pain I go through, it's quite big. Um, I have been getting weaker and weaker. You can you could probably notice some of the things, but for example, I broke an arm after having a very small fall, something that a completely healthy person would have just dusted off. But I guess at this point, I'm just, my whole body is quite weak. You actually, don't know if you remember, but a couple of weeks ago, you did comment on me looking a bit skinnier. I've also been noticing that I'm growing some bags under my eyes, and in general, I just can barely do anything. If I run even a little bit, if I ride a horse, I get absolutely exhausted immediately, almost get to the point of fucking vomiting and such. Sure, you've seen. Hasn't happened to me in a bit, but to be fair, I haven't made any type of effort to get to that point.
Which is fine. You need to save your strength, of course, and do what's best for you. But what are the risks? Things like that. Who else have you talked to outside of Josiah to help you make a decision like this? Because it sounds like it's a very grave decision that could have some very serious consequences.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's well, for once, um, this is something that has really been. I guess the word would just be annoying me for months and months. Uh, initially, I was supposed to. What? No, it was. Don't know if you remember. I think you were there at the time we were at the ranch, and there's just two men looking all threatening, and well, should have happened. I got shot. A couple of people got shot. while I was getting, treatment, doctors, after, taking care of the obvious, the gunshot and whatnot, they noticed a few things, that were indicators of, liver related diseases like the yellow eyes and other things like that. At that point, many months ago, I was supposed to already get checked. The thing is, there was no basically competent doctor that could realistically help me on the matter, and you know, it was the case for a few months. Later again, when I got attacked by that wolf, that bear that was about to get May, uh, again, just because the doctor that was checking me, they once again noticed even stronger signs of these liver-related diseases. And at that point, they actually, kind of noted it. Luckily, we managed to talk to her Josiah, and luckily again, her Josiah happened to, you know, at that point be already researching and investigating a lot about the liver and whatnot. So for your first question, well, if there's one person that I would trust with this, that would be her Josiah, because again, he has been doing a lot of research for it even before he stumbled upon my case. For the second question, he when we started the treatment, he made it very clear there are basically two options. Option one is I do not go through any operation. I just keep going as I have, and I will probably just die in a few months. I will, you know, keep getting rotten until I cannot get any more rotten. And at that point, I just die. Option number two is I go through with the operation, which is again very experimental. There's a very high chance of me not making it. But if I do, and if his research is correct, then there is, a chance that the liver gets, actually healed, and I live through this basically. So with that whole spectrum in mind, I'm not gonna say it was not a hard decision. It was, but honestly, it came to a point where, you know, I just felt like it was really not worth to keep living like I am right now. That's all.
When did you say it was?
The operation,
Yeah.
this Friday. Um, time Exact time has not been set just yet. It will. Chances are it will be a bit later on the day when her Josiah and everyone else is usually around. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
See. Well, I'll be there, and I'm sure if Danny's able to be, he will as well.
yeah. Danny. I don't know if he had told you anything, but he already knew the day.
No, that would
Well,
involve me being able to see him for any amount of time.
yeah, the day I told Josiah and we got it all set up. He basically created this legal document to pretty much just avoid him getting in trouble for any silly reason.
I want another attorney to look
Killing
at
me.
that, not just him.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I've lived that with my cousin already, and really didn't want the same thing to happen to him, basically. But yeah, um, wanted to say sorry for obviously keeping this for
You know,
myself. But there was one thing I didn't want is for everyone to just stop their lives for me. So I know everyone would have, because you're good people, but I really did not want that.
you don't have to apologize, Felix. It's just, you don't have to apologize. So what all does this surgery entail exactly?
I wish I was intelligent enough to know what's gonna be going up, but what I understand is I'm gonna be, getting cut open, and
Mm-hmm.
her side is basically going to be working with my liver tissue. Uh, Apparently, where the issue lies is that I guess all the bad stuff that comes from drinking is, has been able to come very easily through the tissue. It probably has, a lot to do with the fact that, the liver was getting all of this shit for more than 2 decades of me drinking. But I believe the main thing is him working with the tissue to hopefully get it uh, stronger, I guess, uh, so he can actually stop all the bad stuff. I don't know.
Has he done this before, or is this just something like he'd been reading about and thought he'd try his hand at it?
The specific operation, I do not believe so. As he said, when things like this, experimental things like this happen, usually all the tests and whatnot would be firstly done on a corpse, but unfortunately, this specific type of thing, let's just say, its behaviors are very different. If you compare, when they're happening on a live person and on a dead person,
Right,
and
you can't
also
exactly kill a dead person, now can you?
no. But what I'm saying is, whatever uh, knowledge he gains by doing the procedure on a dead person is not going to be completely um, you cannot really translate it to how an alive body uh, behaves, basically. So because of that, he obviously finds himself in you know having to basically do this on an alive person. And if I'm being honest with you, I am more than happy uh, to know that this has the potential, even if I don't make it, to help people in the future. Uh, that makes me sound like an incredible person and all, and well, it's not really the case, but you know, it's still a fact. Uh, but yeah,
So does he have someone coming in to help him that maybe has had experience doing this procedure on a live person?
well, I'm afraid that for that you will need to get in touch with people on the other side of the world, and well, it would probably take them months. Which at that point, honestly, I could perfectly just be dead, long dead. So
Right. It's still a helping.
he said that he's gonna try and get the help from Dr. Stella and Dr. Thea, but that he will still be, mainly conducting the operation himself.
It's fine as long as there's someone else that's competent in there, I suppose. Well, Felix, you had a hard choice, and I can't say I envy you at all. So, well,
And trust me, you know, if the pain and everything else, if all of that wasn't as insufferable as it is, I would most definitely just keep on going. You know, I would say, okay, well, I have this, but it's fine. You know, it's not bothering me that much. But it's really not worth it. At least not, you know, when I'm picturing the whole thing and when I'm thinking about it, I honestly do not feel like it's worth it. So I might as well take my chances and pray that I make it through it. If I don't, well, at least I go out my way.
no, I suppose you're right. Have you told my sisters?
So Willa, oh yeah, I was saying that when we made that whole document, we basically needed two witnesses to keep a copy of the document to sign it. So since there weren't too many people at that moment, I just grabbed Willa and Danny. So
So
yeah,
they both knew.
they both know. Apart from that, uh, I had the chance to tell Coda and Abe a few minutes ago. Also, just told Effie, and that's about all the people I've seen since then. Well, I also told a couple of the boys at the ranch as well. Apart from that, well, my cousin, she has known the moment I made that choice in my head. Not even consulting with Dr. Sai, I already told her. That's about it.
Well, I'll certainly be around Friday to the best of my ability to make sure I'm here for you. And I'm sure Danny will be too, if he's able.
Yeah. Once again, I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize, Felix.
Do you know what time it will be?
It will probably, get finalized like a time and whatnot, either today or tomorrow. Um, or we know for now is that it's going to be late on the day, but yeah, we will be getting a specific time.
Where's it going to be?
Um, Again, I'm pretty sure he wanted a very private uh, place. He will try and have that be doctor's office in here. I mean, it's well equipped as long as, well, at least what I know, I think it is, and I think it would be a good place for it. But well, I guess he'll decide on that.
The only thing is here they don't have doors to lock, so Sanctony might be better, I don't know.
Again, it's not like I'm just signing an absolute death sentence. There's just odds are not in my favor, but there's still chance I will make it through it. It's just, well, felt like I owed it to people, so they are already at the very least aware. That's all.
You don't owe it to anyone. Whatever you need to do for yourself, that's...
just gonna make sure those blueberries aren't trespassing again. Good excuse to push them off the roof.
Were they on the
Careful.
roof again?
One of them got on the rooftop this morning. I was with Santiago at the studio.
Yeah, Santiago
wanted a
mentioned
picture.
it to me that the failer was up on the roof, and then yeah.
I told him, you do know that's private property, and he said, oh yeah, I know, while still doing it, which, yeah.
Yeah, there was another fella up there the other day that we confronted, and he was all like, well, I mean, I didn't know. And I'm like, there's all these personal effects up here. How did you not know? Imagine.
Well, now we know, by their own words,
That
but
they
we know.
know. And I don't know that that fella was with them, but, I mean, it's possible.
I mean, it's quite easy, you know, if I see another man dressed up exactly the way you are dressing up right now, and I know you all go places together, I will, and I'm sorry if I'm rude, I will make assumptions.
Imagine.
Hmm.
No, this one wasn't dressed like them. That's why I wouldn't show her, I'll be honest. I think he was just finding himself a comfy place to sit, and he thought your little studio on the roof was a good spot. He didn't much like it when Willa F and I confronted him.
It is a great spot, I'm not
It
gonna
is a
lie.
beautiful spot. It really
Has
is. If I had a
view to the
bit of
lake.
artistic ability at all, I would happily be up there.
So, you know, I don't blame, no, let me scratch that, I do blame them, fuck them. But the normal person, well, yeah, I don't blame him, he's a nice person, nice little view.
Yeah.
You wanna get out there? See if I
Yeah,
find
sure.
anybody
But I
else that
mean, the whole
might.
reason
Yeah.
I was in here was to deal with Bree and her being absolutely drunk off her mind, drinking whiskey right in the middle of the darn bank.
Yeah. That is most definitely on me.
No, that's not on you. That is on her.
I reckon.
We're
Hopefully
all,
she'll get scared by what's happening to me and she'll stop it.
well, maybe.
Hopefully. Don't quite have the keys for it. If not, I would do it.
No, I'm just making sure it's locked.
Okay.
Mm.